Healthy relationships for beginners. This is for my ladies. Number 1, don't be passive. Say what you want, what you need with your chest. Be assertive. He can take it, and better yet, he would prefer it. I know you're probably used to being rejected or gaslit when asking for what you need from a man, but you're safe now. And yes, some things you will need to ask for. He isn't a mind reader. Stop projecting your fear of asking for what you need as him being inadequate. Which leads me to my next point. Number 2, be ready and open to receive. In a healthy relationship with a man, he actually wants to provide. He wants to give you whatever you need and whatever you ask for, within reason, of course. Get used to resting in your femininity with a healthy masculine man. Feminine women are able to receive without any guilt. You're not taking from him, you're receiving. And for all the shit you've been through and all the shit you've done for the wrong men, don't you feel it's time you receive? A good man is happiest when his woman is happy. He is happy to give to you. Accept it without the thought that you haven't done anything to deserve it. You deserve to be happy, and you deserve a man giving to you. You don't have to earn his love or prove why you deserve his good treatment. Number 3, be vulnerable. Once again, you're safe now. A good man wants to love all of you, and he wants to understand you. He wants to really love you. You're not going to scare him off. When triggers arise, because they definitely will, even in a healthy relationship, check in with yourself first and ask yourself if you're responding to the present moment or a painful memory from someone else. Then be vulnerable with him about it. Let him know about your past and then begin to work on it. A good man is going to reassure you he wants you even in those softest moments. He's going to hold space for you, but you gotta let him in. You gotta let him in to see and know all of you. I promise, it's scary at first, but such a wonderful, fulfilling feeling to be truly and genuinely seen and loved. Being vulnerable is a good way to also build intimacy. Number 4, own your feelings. Don't shift the blame on him for how you feel. This doesn't mean don't confront him about how he made you feel. It means own the feeling versus accusing him of intentionally causing you harm. Use I statements. For example, instead of "you don't care about my feelings," say, "I feel ignored when I'm talking and you're on your phone. I need eye contact when I'm talking." Stating your feelings this way doesn't feel like an attack on your partner. If you're with a man that is healthy and genuinely loves you, he won't have a problem hearing how something he has done has made you feel. He will be more prone to correct the behavior when you state things this way versus shooting off on him, thinking that he's just like all the other men from your past that have intentionally hurt you. Once you're okay with being vulnerable, expressing your feelings this way is easier. Number 5, boundaries in space doesn't mean rejection. Being new to healthy relationships more than likely means you're new to having a strong sense of self-respect and your own boundaries. If you are, then his boundaries will feel like rejection. You'll feel pushed away. When you're not used to giving yourself the same consideration, it may feel mean or cold when he retreats to a moment of solitude or space. Boundaries aren't punishment. Now, I'm not saying if he's more distant than close that he should get a pass because he has boundaries. I'm saying if he wants to go hang with friends or do something he enjoys for some time that doesn't include you, this doesn't signal that he's growing distant. It may feel like it because maybe in past relationships, men did untrustworthy things when not around you, or maybe you just expect to do everything together because you lack your own life and boundaries. Number 6, disagreements and arguments don't signal the end of a relationship. Stop running. Lean in and try conveying how you feel using the I statements I stated in number 4. If you two need some space to sort through feelings, do so and set a time for when you two will come back around and talk it out. Once again, you are safe now. It doesn't automatically mean a breakup just because you two are at odds. Resolving conflict can bring you two closer and help you understand each other better. For those that may be wondering where I'm reading from, that is just from a post I've recently posted on my Instagram page. I've been that girl too, and I am definitely adding that to my collection of self-reflections and part memoir in my book that's coming out. This is for you. I plan to have that out within the next month or so. No later than August. Let's get into this Healing Sunday episode. There is only so much healing you can do in solitude, is what I've come to find out. And I say that because I did a lot more healing once I got into my healthy relationship, now marriage. In solitude, you're not really practicing any of the things that you are learning. It's a whole different ball game when you actually put what you have come to realize and understand and learn and heal through in solitude, you put it into work when you're with someone. It gets to a point to where you've done all the healing that you can do in solitude. Now it's just time for a better experience. That means that you are going to be triggered in a healthy relationship. You are going to have a mirror put up to you, showing you all the things that you have worked on, but still have a little ways to go. And it's okay. And what makes it okay is when you realize that you are now with someone that's safe. Being with a man that's safe means that you can stop hiding behind shame. Means that you can finally be okay with being seen. And that means sometimes even the ugly parts that you have hidden from yourself or that you thought you've healed through, but now they're coming up. You have to understand that when a man truly loves you and really truly wants you, he's not going to be bothered by that. That doesn't say that you don't work to heal through it. It means that it's okay to bring it up. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to say, hey, I have this going on, and I'm sorry I took that out on you. I'm working on it, and actually work on it. And it's coming from experience. I'm only saying that because I was that girl. And it was a lot of things that I was confused on, a lot of feelings that came up for me that I didn't quite understand. But once I took a beat, I realized that he is safe. This man is safe. He is not belittling me. He is not trying to manipulate me. He's not gaslighting me. He's not saying any harmful words to me. He's really just confused about why I'm so upset all the time. Why am I crying all the time? Why can't I express myself? And he will call me out sometimes about why I'm not expressing myself and why and what's wrong. Why are you not saying anything? And it's like hearing that instead of being yelled at or instead of being dismissed, it slowly started to make me realize this is different. This is safe. And so it's like you have to give yourself this chance to be vulnerable, for it to be seen and held with grace. And I know it's scary to be in that vulnerable place because you've always had it weaponized against you. I get it's scary. But what helped me with being more vulnerable is not only having a safe man to do so with, I've also learned that my vulnerability is a part of me. My vulnerability is not for anyone to understand me, or it's not for anyone to get, if you will. I've learned that my vulnerability and me expressing it is just an extension of my authenticity. It's an extension of me being true to me first, me being true to what I feel, me being true to what I need. And once I got the courage up to be vulnerable and to understand that it's okay, I can be okay if he throws the vulnerability back in my face. I can be okay if he dismisses me. It's going to hurt, but I have to try. He's shown me he's safe so far, so I have to try. And so I just started laying it out and being for real. Like, hey, I'm acting this way because of this. This is how I was raised. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I have going on in my heart. This is what's going on. And it's such a vulnerable, deep, scary place to be in. I get it. And I'm tearing up now because it's like, it is hard to be in that space. I get it. But how are you going to know how deeply you can be loved and seen unless you go that deep with someone that has proven to you that they are a safe space? How are you going to know how good love can feel when someone loves you deeply, flaws and all? When someone sees the ugly parts of you that you can't hide behind makeup, that you can't hide behind nice clothes, that you can't hide behind, comedy if you're the type to try to laugh things off, that you can't hide behind perfectionism. How are you going to know how good it feels to be loved deeply without you having to earn it if you don't take the risk of being vulnerable? If you don't take the risk of shedding that and just saying, this is who I am. I know it's scary and you think that maybe you're going to be abandoned, maybe you're going to be rejected, maybe he's not going to want you anymore. That may be going through your head, or being vulnerable may give you the ick. It may make you feel like, that you're being weak or whatever you've been taught about vulnerability. It may make you feel those things. But you have to break the pattern if you are ever wanting to be deeply, truly, and genuinely loved. If you ever want to feel fulfilled in your space, if you ever want to feel like you can really be yourself, you can really let it all out. Once you realize that, then you can let your guard down. Look at it like this. Either this man is going to hold grace and space for you and open himself up to you and love hearing about you, want to hear about you, want to understand you, want to hear all about your past, everything you've been through, and still love you for it, or either he's going to judge you and discard you or belittle you. I'm hoping it's the first thing. I doubt it's the latter, because more than likely, if you've gotten to this point and if you're watching this, you know that more than likely that you're in a healthy connection with this man. You know that he is one of the healthiest you've ever had. It's just that it is new for you to be so open and raw and vulnerable and emotional. It's all new for you and it's scary for you, and it's okay. But I'm telling you, if you have, without a doubt in your mind, that this is a healthy man, open up. All the things that you have been afraid to say or do, all the ways, if you're being passive, or if you're afraid to express yourself, if you're afraid to say what you need, no matter what it is, I need you to understand where it's coming from and then be vulnerable and tell it to him. You don't have to be this perfect person to be deserving of love. You're never going to fully ever heal. Healing is not an endpoint. Healing is something that you choose to do for the rest of your life, really. And being in a healthy connection is going to be even more healing for you, but you have to give that healthy connection a shot to really do the work. You have to really be open to be vulnerable, and even open to receive love freely, not earn love. You don't have to do anything for that man in that healthy connection to love you. He already wants to love you. He doesn't care about what you've been through. Your past doesn't tell him your value. He wants you and loves you, and you have to get that through your head. Something I will never downplay is love and romance, marriage, and healthy relationships. Yes, you should decenter men, but I think sometimes we have forgotten what decentering men really means. It doesn't mean that you don't want a man, you don't want love, you don't want marriage. It doesn't mean you don't want those things. It just simply means that you are not centering your life and decisions on men. And so once you get the mindset right about what that means, and you get the mindset right that love can be beautiful, you also have to get your mindset right that in order for that beautiful, genuine, real love to come in, you have to be open to receive it. I wasn't just saying you have to be open to receive like a man giving you financial things or materialistic things or providing in that sense. A healthy masculine man is also going to provide safety, genuine love to you as well, genuine care, genuine consideration. And he's also going to provide a safe space for you to really shed any shame you've had from your past or any things that you are working on healing or childhood trauma. You're going to have to shed all of that and let him provide the real love you've always wanted to that. And you have to get out of this space that all men ain't shit. It's always the centering men. No man can really be a good man to me. You have to get out of that mindset if you really want real, genuine love. And I'm not saying that there aren't any men that are toxic and that you should just let every man in. Y'all know I'm not saying that. But I had to make that clarification. I'm saying that the center men, yes, and center yourself more. But also understand that to let the real love in, you can't be playing the games. You can't be this unemotional woman. You can't be this woman that is unbothered. Because for you to do so means you really don't want an emotionally available man and an emotionally mature man. You say you want a man that is emotionally intelligent, but yet you're working so hard to be unbothered and unemotional. You're working so hard to decenter men that once a good one comes along, you are decentering him and keeping your guard up because you've made yourself believe that that's what healing is. But that's not really healing. That's just avoidance. And so that's why I always keep it soft here, because while it's painful to be hurt by a man in those toxic relationships when you didn't know any better, it doesn't mean knowing better is now deciding that I'm going to be unemotional. I'm not going to let no man have control over my emotions and this and that and the other. You're more so now dating for the man you don't want versus the man you do want. And so now it's time to let healthy love in, but you got this big guard up and you're like, I'm an unbothered, unemotional man are just going to use my emotions to control me. A toxic man is. If this man has demonstrated to you that he is not like the others, that he is healthy and he's been consistent, and you trust your choices and you trust that you've chosen someone that is good to get to know, then trust that it's okay to be vulnerable. Trust that it's okay to be open. He's not going to weaponize it and use it against you. And let's say if you do open up and he does run, or if he does dismiss it, then that lets you know who he is. It doesn't mean you were wrong to say how you feel or to be vulnerable. It just means that you now know that he's not as emotionally available as you like. You have to stop looking at your vulnerability and your emotions is something that's wrong and something that is causing the man to run from you. That man ran on his own because he wasn't ready for that. That's all it is. Saying that men are just going to use your emotions against you, that means that you're in a toxic relationship to where a man wants to dominate you and control you because that's what he feels love is. However, if that man has shown you that he is consistent, that he is honest, that he is transparent, if he has earned your trust, if he has demonstrated all these good, healthy things, then that's when it's time for you to securely attach. That's when it's time for you to not be afraid to be vulnerable and to show emotions. And when I say show emotions, think about what I said in tip number 4 to where you use the I statements and you own your emotions. And so I feel like once you master how to own your emotions and not direct it at him, then you won't feel like you are so out of control and not in touch with your emotions, because it's not wrong to be emotional. It's not wrong to be vulnerable. I would say once you own your feelings and you convey it as such, like I felt this way when you did that. And when a man is in his healthy masculinity and he truly cares about you, he is going to care about how he's making you feel. No doubt. When he hears you say, I felt this way, he's going to be like, oh, this person that I love, no. I want her to not feel this way. I'm not that kind of man. Then he'll apologize, because you have to trust that a man that is healthy and for you and really considers you is not intentionally trying to hurt you. It doesn't mean that just because he was unintentional that it doesn't have an impact. It still is going to have an impact on you. But you can convey it to him in using the I feel statements, owning your emotions, and convey it to him as such. And he would be more receptive to it. And that's how the change happens. But this only works in a healthy relationship, in a healthy connection with a healthy masculine man. And also when it comes to disagreements and arguments, you have to understand that that doesn't mean that the relationship is coming to an end. You can't be quick to say, we could just break up, let's just end things and run. That's not how you resolve things. You have to lean in, and you all have to come together and learn how to resolve conflict peacefully and together. Because arguments and disagreements are going to arise even in a healthy connection. It doesn't mean it's unhealthy. And I will say, as the relationship grows over time, you will find that you all have less and less disagreements and arguments, if any, really at all. You'll have them every now and then. Because I know for me, disagreements and arguments used to feel like the end of a relationship because of my past toxic relationships. I felt like every time I argued with a man in my past that he was going to go cheat on me, or he was going to abandon me, find another woman. And they usually always did. And it's because those men were not in a healthy masculine. They just looked at arguments as something like, okay, she's going to abandon me anyway. I knew it. She doesn't really love me. She's going to cheat on me, so I'm going to cheat on her first. And so, yeah, disagreements used to scare me in my healthy space. And I used to be ready to run, ready to take flight. But it's like being ready to run and being ready to take flight is you turning into the men that have hurt you. So you have to take control of your emotions. Own your emotions. It's not being unemotional. It's you having control over them. It's you not allowing a man to control your emotions or anyone to control your emotions. That's really what it is. And so I want to make that clear, that when you're entering a healthy connection, a healthy space, let the guard down, but learn how to own your emotions. Learn that being vulnerable is for you and to express your authenticity. Something that women like us must understand is that to have some of our needs met that we couldn't get met in our family and our upbringings, we're going to have to go outside of the family for those needs. Because oftentimes in the household we grew up in, there wasn't really any healthy love. It was all conditional love. So if you've never experienced it or know nothing of what it's about, you have to understand that it's going to happen outside of the family unit, and it's going to look different. Like the people that can love you genuinely and in a healthy way are going to look and act a lot different than your caregivers and the ones that raised you and the people you were around that couldn't love you in a healthy way. And that part can kind of hurt when you finally get to that point when you realize that your upbringing wasn't so good. It can hurt to realize that. It can hurt to realize that it wasn't as normal as you thought it was, or that you went without so many things that you needed. And I'll admit, even sometimes still, my inner child weeps for all she didn't get growing up. It's just something that I think is always going to be with us. It doesn't mean you're not healing. It doesn't mean that there's still something wrong with you. It's just grief, you know? And grief is going to have its moments, its waves, its up and downs. It's just how it is. So, with all of that being said, I want all my ladies that really want real love, want romance, to experience what healthy love feels like. That's why I did this Healthy Relationships for Beginners, because I see a lot of beginners video on YouTube, like beginners makeup, beginners for doing press on nails. And I'm like, what about healthy relationships for beginners? Because it's a lot of us women out there that know we want love and know we want to love and we want to be in love. We love love. We're lover girls. There's a lot of women like us out there. But we just keep getting met with men that are undeserving and can't love us back and can't love us in a healthy way. So it's never that we're asking to be mistreated, to be unloved, to be undervalued. It's never that we're asking for that. It's just that we really want love, and we're hoping that someone that seemed to love us in the beginning is really true. But then when we find out they're not, it's hard to let that go, because it's like you just don't understand how love works, and you really want love. We all want love, but sometimes we've just gone about it the wrong way. I've always been a lover girl. It's just that I went about it the wrong way because I've never been loved in a healthy way. Since my childhood was missing a lot of unconditional love and healthy love, it made me want love that much more because I wasn't receiving it. And something I had to understand is that being loved more is not really the healing point. We have to first mourn the love that we did not get in our upbringing. We have to heal through that and understand that that was not the way we were supposed to be loved. And then we have to reparent ourselves and learn how to love ourselves in a healthy way first. And then we can welcome in healthy love. And I am not the one to believe that you have to be fully healed to be deserving of love, or that until you learn to love yourself, that's the only way that you can receive love. I'm not really one to believe that, because you can be loved even on your healing journey. You can be loved even while you're learning to love yourself. I feel you just have to get to a point of what you understand love to not be anymore. And you have mourned the love lost in your childhood and understand that that wasn't right. That's not how I'm supposed to be loved. And once you get in your head about what's wrong, then you can start only settling for what's right. I really wish a healthy love for all of my girlies, for all of my lover girlies, for all of my women. I do. And if you're trying to move into healthy love and healthy relationships, or if you're in a healthy relationship and you're struggling, because it's going to be a struggle for us, even if it's healthy, even if we know we want it, it's still going to be a struggle, because it's like you're trying to get your nervous system to adjust to this newness of what healthy love is. I hoped this video helped. I'm always going to speak highly of love and kindly about love, and I'm always going to believe that there are men that can love in a healthy way. But I'm also going to tell you the type of toxic men to look out for. It's a balance, So I have other videos on here about healthy relationships. I have another that I've did maybe about a month or so ago. How I think it was healthy relationships can be triggering. I'll try to find it and link it in the description of this one. So in case you want to hear a little more about healthy relationships and my experience in a healthy relationship for the first time, you can listen to that. This was more so like tips and guidance of what to expect in a healthy relationship. So I'll find it and link it in the description below, because I feel you should watch that one next. But that's all I got for this Healing Sundays episode, girlfriends. Until the next one, peace out.